Hi everyone, how's it going? I hope everyone are doing well. I know it's been a while, I've been really busy, but let's get this reading out. Only take what resonates and leave what does not. So I'm seeing that you are dealing with somebody who has unresolved trauma. Unresolved trauma. Somebody here is saying, I will accept nothing but the best. I'm getting this is you. This person needed an empath to transmute and regulate their emotions. Okay, sounds like an energy vampire. You're saying good vibes only, so if you have no good vibes, then don't come around me, right? Yeah, you're saying time is money, you know? You're busy. You're being picky with your time. This person is bitter, very bitter. Needs lots of healing, right? Bitterness is hard to shake. Once bitterness settles in, it's gonna be really hard to transmute and shake and release it. Like, you need to be so self-conscious to, to be able to compare yourself to healed people, to healthy people, because the energy of bitterness, that is unresolved trauma, or disappointment, right? Disappointment, trauma, hatred, sadness, depression, it's a lot to unpack. Like, I just heard lost. So somebody here may have lost somebody, like actually lost somebody, and they have not healed that. Like people need to heal that, like you gotta work on yourself. So this person is like, it's giving like nobody is good enough for them because of that. Like, they always looking for somebody to make them happy, right? To regulate their emotions. And as an empath, earth angel, this is what you do naturally, but you gotta be careful with your energy, because your energy gets depleted around this person. It gets, I don't want to say polluted, but it does. You're giving your good energy and transmuting and trying to keep the good vibes up, while this person is just taking and polluting your pure energy with the bitterness, with sometimes hatred or whatever it is, right? And you do gotta protect your energy, gotta pay attention to how people make you feel. Like, good vibes only, and getting that your priorities are in order. Like, what's good for you, what needs to be done, people that are just toxic, relationships that are toxic, dysfunctional, and you just simply don't want to invest in these type of relationships no more. And maybe you walking away, or maybe you told something to this person, you put them in their place. Like, you're like, this is what it is. And it's almost giving like this person maybe wanted to even leave you before you leave them, because they kind of already knew that you're like about to go. And then when you finally, maybe left or whatever, ended things, that really put them in their place. Like, that did something to their ego, they're not happy about it. Yeah, you see this person as a lost case, although, you have, sad. I mean, I just also heard standards. Like, you have standards, people can change. Like there's always hope and healing, you know, but sometimes, you know, brain damage. Sometimes, you know, I'm not saying all the time, but sometimes you just gotta be like, okay, like lost couple of brain cells along the way. Like, what can I say? Yeah, you are just being blind to the BS. You are staying in your lane. You're standing on business. A sicko. A sicko. Legit. Like, this is not... I'm getting two groups of people. There's somebody who has hope to change. There's like a person who has the potential to do the work, and you're letting them heal. You're like giving them time to, you know, do their thing, but you're not gonna be doing it for them. You know, you have to be places. Like you gotta do your own work, right? You gotta focus on your own healing, literally, like, you know, and just staying balanced. And then there's like another group of people that are just like literally sick, you know, like psychopaths, narcissists, sociopaths, dangerous people, impulsive, literally dangerous people, like to be even around, you know, these people shouldn't be driving, type of thing. Toxic spirit is saying, very toxic, very sick, very, this is not good at all. Yeah, this person is being they're being canceled, like, altogether, literally. They're being canceled altogether. There's something about this person wanting to condition you. Like, they wanted to condition you into accepting their bullshit. Like, you know, they start doing it maybe more often. And because they relied on your unconditional love. But, you know, God is coming in and God is putting an end to that, because that's literally an emotional abuse, psychological abuse. Somebody here is saying, you had me and you lost me. Yeah, you had me. Like, there was a time where you were, you know, giving your all to this connection, to this person, you know, and now you're putting yourself first, and it's really pissing them off. This trip will change everything. Somebody is about to take some sort of trip. This may be an actual 3D trip. This may be an internal trip, right? I'm getting like this is an actual trip, or this may be some sort of goal that's going to change everything for you. If this is the trip you're taking with somebody, you will realize what it actually is. You know, what comes to this person, what comes to you. This card says, love protects, lust consumes, love builds, lust destroys. Love protects, lust consumes, love builds, lust destroys. I'm getting a lot of jealousy. Like, I'm also getting something about weak masculine here that doesn't like strong women. They don't like smart women, because it makes them feel dumb, you know. You need something stronger. You need something smarter, you know. You can't be hanging out with dummies. Like, you're just too intelligent for that. You know, no cap. You need stimulation, like mental stimulation, right? Intellectual stimulation. Like, you can't, you know, these people who think that you're too smart, you know, they're gonna try and make you dumb, you know, make you seem dumb, because they want to like step all over you so that you feel smaller, so that they could feel bigger. Watch out for these people. I'm seeing there's gonna be a new energy coming in that is a vibrational match, that is an intellectual match. I just seen 1010. A new cycle beginning here, where you will understand that these people that you used to deal with, it just like not a match anymore. You know, you have outgrown these people, you have outgrown this person, this type of energy. It's just not for you anymore. You need something bigger, you need something stronger, you need something wiser. You need more support, right? Lust is never satisfied. So I'm getting that you may be dealing with like very physical energy here. There's a disconnect between the brains and the downstairs, you know. Really, really is. And this person is being led by their lust, you know, and there's literally nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. Like, you would just have to accept it, you know. And you got to protect yourself, because that's an open portal. And when you have open portals like that, you know, anything can come in and you won't be able to control it, because you didn't let it in, you know. The door, you just kept the door open, you know. So you gotta close these portals, you gotta close these doors, you know. You have to master the silence. Yeah, say less, literally. When dealing with these type of people, or just like dealing with this person, or if you're still talking to them, like literally like do less talking. Just don't even say anything. Let them do what they do, you know, and you just watch, take notes. Something about not, like, don't tell your business to somebody. You know, you gotta protect yourself. Yeah, this person is committed to the lie. This person is living a lie. Like, this person literally wakes up, lives a lie, goes to bed, and starts all over again. Their whole life is a lie. This is like a pathological liar that, you know, with the brain damage. Like, they cannot change. Like, this person will probably never tell the truth. Like, they will never, you know, it requires a lot of work. It may take like years or decades to rewire your brain, you know, and really like confess your sins, you know, to God, and to people. And a lot of, yeah, this is distorted energy. This person is not even trying to be solid. They're just super comfortable doing the wrong thing. They're just like, they love it, actually. It's giving like a really, really strong narcissist, like very, very, very damaged person who actually enjoy hurting people. This is like a hater. Like, this person is secretly like hating on you. Like, they admire you, but they like hate on you. This may be somebody who's like hating on women or hating on men, you know, because something happened to them, you know. And how are you supposed to then be on the same team with this type of person? You know, you can't. You gotta run. Yeah, they don't want to live by God's standards. They don't want to know, you know. They don't want to know. They don't like when you're being nice to people, because it makes them feel smaller. They don't even like you being nice to, like, let's say if they have a pet and you're being nice to their pet. Like, they don't like that, because they're not even giving that to their own pet. or their kids, whatever, whoever is around them. If you're nice to somebody, they don't like it, they want you to be a hater too. It's weird. Like, let's say this person has a dog and you're being nice to this dog, like, or you have empathy towards this dog, right? And this person doesn't, right? It makes them feel worse about themselves when you're showing empathy to their dog, because they're lacking in that. They're not doing their job. They're not taking good care of their pets or their kids or their parents, whoever, people around them, right? And you are like a reminder of that, and they hate you for that. So they may say something like, stop talking to them, or like, stop talking to my dog, stop talking to my friends, stop talking to my grandma, like something, it's like very sick. Yeah, you gotta decide what you want in a relationship, like what kind of relationship you want, and take no less. Like, don't settle. Like, don't accept less. You only accept best things in life. You deserve that. So hold your standards high. Your life will only change for the better when, your standards are in order, right? Let's see what else. Somebody here is fighting. They're fighting themselves from like reaching out or like feeling. Yeah, this person doesn't want to feel, they don't want to feel love. So this person is actually like very, very scared to love. And it's also giving like a Stockholm syndrome, where you have so much empathy. You could technically be there for their emotional or whatever abuse they're trying to offer you. You could do it because you just, you don't have hatred in your heart. You just don't even know how to hate. But it will just be so draining, and it will lower your vibration like constantly. And I feel like you need to be in good shape because you have a lot of responsibility. You are working for God, you need your good energy, you need your stability, right? And this person is just messing it up for you. The one who broke you cannot heal you. Yeah, you can feel auras, you can feel people's energies because you're an empath. So you feel everything that people feel. And, they're wondering, how do you know? Well, because you're telepathic, you can feel things, You don't maybe necessarily exactly know word to word what they're thinking, but you have some sort of idea what's happening, right? I'm also getting like I'm getting really angry energy. So this is specifically like a masculine who has like unresolved like trauma or hatred in their heart, unforgiveness. And our unforgiveness, builds bitterness too, right? So like their energy is like really heavy, and you can feel all that, so when you're around them, like your energy becomes heavy too. Yeah, you are a crystal child, so you might have like a crystal aura where you're like a walking sage wherever you go. Like you're an earth angel, so whatever you do, wherever you go, you just make everything better, right? But you gotta be, healers need healing too. Protection is important, but clearing energy, cleaning energy, cleansing energy is even more important. And a lot of healing happens in solitude, by the water, you know, with good diet, around good energies, pets, you know, whatever makes you feel good, right? Jim, I just heard. Yeah, this person say it's hard for me to open up, but you already know. You already know everything that you need to know. I was manipulating you. Yeah, this person was manipulating, lying to you, trying to control the situation. You are up, yeah, exactly. You're absorbing everything. You're absorbing every aura. And I think it's just so funny how these like sick people just, it's almost like they demand you there, you know? Like they think they have a right to your pure energy. Like they're so entitled, you know? And God is saying, no, like my earth angel is protected. You get this much time. And if you mess it up, then, you know, you will get no more time. I miss you like crazy. Of course they do. You make me weak. This is the part that they hate, you know, because you actually make them feel. They don't want to feel. This person is so scared to even open up, even they're so scared to surrender, and they literally cannot be real, authentic, strong love connection without trust and surrender. There's always going to be a wall up, reservations, suspicion. This person is very suspicious, always waiting for the things go, always looking for a mistake, always looking for a reason to step away, to leave. And you have a big destiny, so you gotta focus on that. You gotta like separate yourself from this mess, this very confused person, you know, very scared. It's giving like a, what is called arrested development. They like stop growing at certain age. I didn't mean to make you cry. Yeah, no, this person is getting all the flashbacks, you know, of what they did to you. You came closer than anyone. This person actually does trust you. They trust you, but they just don't trust people. You know what I mean? Like they know they could trust you, but they're just so scared. They've been hurt before, you know? But it's not a reason, you know? It's not a reason for a shitty behavior. It's not an excuse. Not an excuse. That's why this person always keeps their distance. They don't want anybody too close, you know? They don't want to feel too much. They'd rather keep it shallow, and you will be hitting the wall or the roof with this part, the ceiling. You will be hitting the top, you know, where you're like, I don't know what to do next. Like this is just so stagnant, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. And God will let somebody hurt you for as long as you realize that you can no longer do this. Like you can no longer be around this person, or if you are around this person, then you need to protect yourself. You need to protect yourself, and you can only see this person in a short periods of time, like once a month or something like that, for like few hours. You cannot give too much to these type of people, because you give them a pinky and they will take a whole hand, you know? Like the better you treat them, the worse they treat you. This is definitely a trauma bond. It's a trauma bond, you know. I'm not saying there's no love there, but it's definitely a trauma bond too. This person is insecure about their performance. This person is very insecure. Like, you need somebody who is just healed and strong and secure in themselves, confident, you know. She's more than a friend. Well, you already knew that. And I'm getting like, whenever this person would mention this friend, you already knew. And, you know, I'm getting you just like saying she can keep you, you know. Let her keep you. You know? She's cute, why don't you date her, you know? Maybe, you know, maybe you can be toxic together. Who knows, you know? Maybe you will end up healing each other. Yeah. Yeah. Fasting. Fasting is needed here. Fasting, when you fast, you can hear God. Healing is needed here. I see you leveling up. Yeah, this person sees you leveling up. Like, you shifted the focus from them towards your mission, your goals, yourself, your healing, your balance. You made peace your priority. You know, if it doesn't align with that, then you gotta go. Yeah, there's no hate in your heart. Like, you just cannot hold on to these heavy emotions, heavy energies. Enough is enough, you said. Enough is enough. You know, you played. The playtime is over. Did not pass the test. Cannot go on the next level with you. I'm getting that if you take this person to the next level with you, like, they will mess it up for you. They will mess it up for you. You need to keep like a very good distance to this person, you know? Like, you can't let this person into your life. Like, you can maybe go and be part of, somehow be part of their life. That's what you really want, but you got to be very careful when it comes to protecting your homes, your cars, your bodies, your property, your pets, your kids, whatever, you know? This person should have no access to none of that. They will destroy it. Reputation is important to me. And this is like a slightly different energy that I'm picking up. Like, this is a strong masculine who is hurt. They're hurt. Something happened to them where they like are scared. They're not focused on love right now. They're focused on their success, money, focused on their bag. And this person is like a better option, but there's something like inauthentic about this person. They're not like 100% real with you or with other people. Everything seems to be kind of calculated, you know. Maybe you can be a friend with this person, but it's not a good choice for a lover. This person would want something out of you, and I'm also getting they would want to outsmart you some way, somehow. This is somebody who is kind of like street smart or like clever or something, and you can like sense that because you just know what's the truth. Like, you can sense who's authentic and who is not, and this person is not 100%. Like, they could be, but this is just the way they grew up. So maybe this person had like a really tough upbringing, like you know, they're like in a survival mode. I'm also getting something about this person's finances being like messed up. So they may need you for whatever, connections, money, place to stay, car, whatever it is, trips, like whatever it is that you have to offer, like they want that, you know. But they may present it as like, you know, as a gift of love, but it's not authentic, it's not real. So be careful. You must fulfill your destiny, spirit is saying. Like, you gotta focus on a different type of things right now. You can't be focusing on healing these unhealed people when your job is actually elsewhere. Like, you need to be doing other things, and these people want your energy, they want your time, you know. I was unsatisfied, I was unhappy. Yeah, these people are unsatisfied, they're unhappy, and they want you to make them feel better. I wanted to feel alive. So there's something that spikes their dopamine levels or whatever it is. You know, whether it's like sex, drugs, speeding, risky stuff, sexual immorality, what I just heard, addictions. There's something that's like temporarily making them feel better, and they are like hooked, like they cannot control themselves, or they don't want to, or they think it's like totally okay, nobody's watching, and they can fool all these people and they can hide in the bushes. um and God is like exposing all that, and it's like, you know, really uncomfortable for them. This person is definitely jealous of you. Like, they're jealous, like this is like a hater, as like a secret hater, legit. If you're like a woman, like they like hate on you just because you're like a woman, or maybe like you get like more attention than them or something, you get something, and they're just like hated. Maybe you're just a good person and they hate it, you know, because people are naturally drawn to you. They wish that they could be like you, so they ask you, how does it feel to be you, right? How does it feel to be pure? How does it feel to be loving? How does it feel to be able to feel so strongly? How does it feel to be able to feel empathy and compassion and unconditional love? You know, how does it feel? Because they don't know. Good luck and stability coming your way. Amen. You are saying here, your perception of me is not my responsibility. You are not clearing no rumors whatsoever. You're literally leaving people alone. Like, think what you want to think, do what you want to do. I'm going to be over here. You be over there. Don't come no closer. Yeah, you are saving yourself for something way better. Something way better. Don't do wifey shit for a fuckboy. Don't do it. Why are you doing that? Stop doing that. Broke boys don't deserve no pussy. That's right, right? They're starting to realize they messed with the wrong one. Yeah, this person really thought just because you have all this love for them, you have empathy, just because you're such a good person, so nice, you always treat them well, that they could just do whatever for however long they wanted to. And, you know, spirit is stepping in and like, better think again, buddy. I better think again. There's options for you out there. You're welcoming positive changes in your life. This person is asking, please don't go too little too late. This time they did a little too much, you know, cross the line, enough is enough, you know. I'll never love again. Yeah, this will be this person's karma, literally. Until they heal, they won't be able to love again. So when choosing a partner, you need to ask questions. Maybe take a little trip with them somewhere to get to know them better, you know. Because, you know, a little trip will reveal a lot of things, you know. You need to choose a partner who is capable of loving, right? Because if they're not capable of loving, it's just gonna be a transactional relationship, a shallow one. It's gonna be a toxic one. It's gonna be a trauma bond. It's gonna be an abusive relationship. You know, you don't want none of that. Yeah, this person is saying, I thought I could do better. I was wrong. Um, I'm getting like you maybe like said something about like an ultimatum, or maybe like them like cheating or something. Like, okay, well, if you don't know how to stop that, then we cannot be together, right? And this person maybe for like a day or a week try not to do something, but they, you know, they went right back to it, you know. They're like right back there in the mud, you know, with the bottom feeders, literally. And, you know, rejection is a divine protection. God is definitely protecting you from all of this mess. You're focusing on positivity, rebirth. You're building something here. You're focusing on good vibes, feeling happy, feeling stress-free. Your money is growing, you know, you're getting new opportunities. Better people are, you know, finding you. You're focusing on your healing, you know, focusing on your body, your spirituality, your connection to the Most High, right? And, you know, all in due time, right? So have some patience here. You're doing an amazing work. Keep doing what you're doing. And I'm getting like you're saving yourself for somebody. You're saving yourself for somebody better. This person wants to know if you even miss them. I don't think you will take me back. Yeah, you probably shouldn't. And you're just avoiding negative vibes. You're just avoiding negative people here. Yeah, there's being like a clear judgment being put on the situation. Like everything is out in open, right? Like everything is exposed right now, so you can see clearly what needs to be done. I must fulfill my destiny, you're saying here. Like, F this BS. I gotta go. You gotta dip. You gotta go and, you know, do what you gotta do. And there will be reciprocated love coming your way, you know. There's gonna be like a pure soul that you're like, okay, I trust this person from the get-go. Like, I trust this person right away. And you are, you know, you are in the sacred union with Christ. You know, you are in sacred union with God. You know, it's like you are asking God, you know, for an approval. You're asking God for an approval, and God is telling you that this connection is not approved by God, you know. If you be in this connection, don't be expecting like obviously God will always look after you, protect you, but God won't be able to protect you same way when you are in these dark places with these dark people doing things you should not be doing. And you know, you are accepting the fact that these people are just like who this person is, what they is, you know. It is what it is, you know. You are applying some critical thinking here, you know. You're using your logic here instead of just your heart. Do no harm, take no harm. You know, this person doesn't even understand the concept of karma. Like, they think that they can trick. Somebody once said to me, how did it go? Do yourself like you want others to do you. Like, nobody. It's do others how you want them to do you, right? Do others how you treat others the way you want to be treated, right? Not the other way, not the other way around, you know. Because some people be so toxic, some people be so selfish, you know. So this person doesn't understand a lot of like concepts, big concepts, you know. They're not enlightened, you know. They're blocked from the, literally blocked from the Most High, like they are. They still have somebody watching over them, you know, but that's why they have so much chaos around them. That's why they're always in the tricky situations, you know, because they bring it on themselves. They brought it on themselves, you know, by living in sin. Literally trying to trick God. This person is trying to trick God, thinking that nobody's watching, you know. Let's see what else. You are saying here, come correct or not at all, buddy. And you gotta pray on it, you know. You gotta pray and ask. You gotta ask God to heal the situation, you know. God can do anything, but obviously if this person has a brain damage, then you gotta understand what you're dealing with, you know. You need to understand that people that have like that have lost brain cells, like sometimes, you know, they cannot do like, they don't have the judgment, you know. These people can be pretty dangerous sometimes, you know. I'm also getting addictions here that just destroy more of their brain cells, and they're not working on rerouting their patterns. They're not working on, you know. That's why it's so easy for this person to just go and find somebody new and mess with them and screw them over, and then they go on to the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one, because they know that nobody will be able to stay. And they're actually very surprised how you stay for so long, you know. And because you stay for so long, they start taking it for granted, you know. Start taking your love, care, friendship for granted. And you don't stay in no toxic situations. You don't. You don't. You gotta protect yourself. Take care. You gotta take care of yourself. Take some time to slow down. Rewire, heal, restore, rejuvenate, right? Take no shit. You deserve better, period. Your destiny, your purpose outgrew their disrespect. You're like, instead of taking your BS, I'm gonna go and do something productive with my life. He don't make you feel like you're supposed to feel. Nope. You're saying, stop disturbing my peace, MF. Yeah, you're just doing things that feel good, that feel true. You're so strong. You're just in such a good place right now. Like, this is giving like a bad bee vibes here. This is giving standing on business, hair done, nails done, looking good, smelling good, doing really cool stuff, you know? So keep going, keep elevating. Yeah, it gets lonely at the top. It does. It does get lonely, you know? A VIP, very important person, you know? Not everybody has an access to you now. And it's pissing these people off. It's pissing this person off. They're just not qualified. They have done nothing. They don't deserve to be around you. Not right now. Not right now. They would have to go and do something in order to even like get close to you again, you know? They would have to do something good. They would have to clear some karma first. You are no longer aligned with what drains you. You're saying no more. You cannot have this good energy. Go figure it out. This is because your spirit has changed frequency. Your spirit is like, you have such a badass spirit, honestly. Like, your spirit is like, buddy, nope. Over here, we don't do that. Yeah, seduction. This is like very distorted. It's giving Jezebel spirit or something. Seduction, illusion, manipulation, control. This is how this person operates. Rage, signs of evil. Okay. And it's giving like very strong like lustful energy, like sexual lustful energy, where this person is manipulating people using sex. They gotta be good at something, right? So just know that. It's like they trauma bond you with like getting you high and then they like start abusing you right after, you know, and that's a trauma bond. It's not love. Like, this person needs therapy, literally. They need like mood stabilizers, therapy, something. They need something. They need to talk to a professional, I swear. This person needs some sort of meds for sure. Chosen one, Earth Angel, you should be preserving your sexual power. You should be preserving your sexual energy. Because you can manifest things with, that's a life force. That's a life force energy right there. You know? Yeah, you're breaking all evil, toxic contracts. You're no longer shaking hands with the devil. You know? There will be no deal. There will be no contracts are being signed here. Thank you, no thank you. Bye-bye. Moving your body, restoring your... You're gonna feel so good once you just cut the cord to this person, these people. You're gonna feel like an influx of healthy energy coming your way. And you have healed the abandonment wound. So maybe this was a karmic who was teaching you about your abandonment wound, you know. So you might be somebody who is I don't want to say clingy, but like you have a fear of abandonment, right? Maybe you might be having that, and like this person eventually did you a favor because you were able with being with them, or them leaving you so many times, abandoning you so many times. You were able to truly step in your power and understand your worth, your self-worth, you know? You understood that you're more important than this. Your life is more important than this. The way you feel is more important than this. You will no longer accept no BS. And this person wants you to say something, you know, so you've been quiet. Yeah, you grew, Spirit is saying you grew in confidence. This person actually did you a favor. You grew in self-respect. And they did not expect that. They're like, why isn't he acting the same way? Like, these old tricks don't work on you no more. And it's pissing them off. Like, they run out of tools. They don't know what else to do, you know? Because what used to work on you before is not working on you anymore. Yeah, your life will only change for the better if you raise your standards. And they mad and sad now. This person is actually blaming you for what. This is so twisted. Like, let's say this person will go and cheat and they will like, you made me do it. It's your fault. You made me do it. Yeah, not ready in their ego. They don't want to fall in love because they're afraid of pain. Only the strongest souls can truly love. And now you are triggering their abandonment wounds, so now they have to heal it, but it's gonna be a tricky, long process. You are feeling love and content by yourself now. You don't need them anymore. You are standing strong in God's love and grace, and you are actually highly favored by God. God is very proud of you for knowing your worth, for standing in your truth, for staying pure, for not settling, for not absorbing, because you could absorb their like bitterness and like let it settle in you, and like you're just like saying no to that. Like, I don't want that energy. I don't want to be better like you. You know, I don't want to be mad like you. I don't want to be sad like you. I don't want to be unforgiving like you. Your happiness is triggering them. They don't, these are sad people, you guys. These are like sick people, for real. Yeah, you are no longer dealing with any type of dirt. Like, if you're impure, go cleanse yourself before you come around. Making everything around you beautiful. You're testing every spirit right now. You're testing everybody. You're taking your time to test everybody. Really, truly paying attention to how things and people make you feel, and what is authentic, what is truthful, honest, what is for you. You're falling in love with your life. Yeah, this person thought that they could have both love and lust. Wanted to have their cake and eat it too, right? They're like, let me have my wifey over here, but let me also have this mistress over here, and her and her and her and her, right? And once I'm done with these, then I'm gonna go home and eat steak that my wifey just cooked for me. Nobody? No. You wish. Wishful thinking, delusional. Delusional. This is somebody who believes like they're so messed up, like they literally like lost in their own lies. Like, they don't even remember what's real anymore. They don't even know what's real. Like, they tell so many lies, they manipulate so many people. I'm also getting like dating apps. Like there's like a fast way for this person to find somebody to hook up with. Like in a car, in the alley. You know what I mean? It's one of those. Be careful. Protect yourself. God is keeping all harsh energies away from you, period. Thank you, Lord. Trusting your intuition. Trusting your intuition. You will immediately know. Your body will say no. Your body will start pushing them away. Right people don't just receive your love, they protect it. Yeah, this is definitely like an energy vampire it's giving. This is somebody who wants to just take your love and run with it, you know. You know, this is an energy vampire. They will give you their shitty energy and they will take your good energy, and then they will go and seduce somebody with your good energy. This is how this person operates. God is forcing them to feel it now. Yeah, now that you have pulled back, they don't have access to your good energy. It's hard for them to find a replacement. It's hard for them. They know that whatever they find is only going to be temporary, right? It's only going to last like 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. They know that. You're saying here, yesterday's price, not today's price, buddy. Your price just went up. They did not expect that. You require more now than you used to. Now that you know better, you do better. Eventually, Spirit is saying that it's all part of their healing process and yours too. But you gotta recognize when it becomes too toxic, where you can no longer function, or it's messing up with your energy, your vibe, your body, your mind, your connection with God, you know. They were abusing the blessing that you were in their life. Yeah, they did not appreciate. So God took it back. God took you back. You were a gift from God, and God took it back now, you know. They did not appreciate that. They didn't, you know, they're abusing God's gift. They're abusing the blessing that God gave them. They're giving love a bad name. Yeah, this person doesn't know what love is. And you're not going no halfway here. Like, you're like all or nothing. Like, you know, either you're a hubby or you're a hoe. Make up your mind. It's either or, but there will be nothing in between. I'm getting something about not even third party. It's more like threesomes or something that this person wants to do. You're like, yeah, you can do threesomes elsewhere. Not with me. Not with you. It's not the same without you. Please come back. I wish I could talk to you. And God is saying you're a warrior spirit. You will be receiving a new lover. This is a spiritual divorce that's happening. You are just doing everything right now. God is very proud of you. And soul contracts being rearranged. Yep. You're taking your heart back, period. And this buddy will be reaping what they sow. Yeah, they made up their bed. Now they have to lay in it. And karma, now that you are out of the way, karma will be hitting them in full now. And they're literally not prepared. They're not prepared. They're not expecting this. So that's all I have for you guys. Hope this resonates. If it does, let me know. And only take what resonates. Don't force it, right? Don't make it fit. Love you guys. God loves you so much more. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.